want to introduce myself for a little bit for those of you who don't know me, and that way I'm going to give a little history and then I'm going to get into the meat because I want to be really respectful of everyone's time to let you know what it is that I'm doing, what I've been up to, and then what's coming up. So first, I am CC Underwood. I've been in real estate since 2007. I started part-time for 2 years, went full-time in 2009, was also the year I got married and had my first kid. 2010, had my second kid, also started the team in 2010. And over the years, just growing my team, I've had small team, a big team, like really big team, and now back to a small team. And one thing that has always stood out to me was that I always loved coaching agents more than I really liked helping buyers and sellers. For me, being able to help agents kind of be adaptable in this business and help them to feed their families has always been at a core of why I have kept a team and continue to grow a team. I have 2 kids. They're 14, well, really 15 and 16, super competitive in soccer. I'm highly involved in the crazy soccer world. Do still sell a little bit of real estate. I'm an investor. I have a few investment properties, and if you know anything with Keller Williams, I was a MAPS coach for 5 years. So at one point, I think I had 20 different agents I was coaching one-on-one with for 5 years. That was a lot. I coach everything from single agents, team owners, listing and buyer specialists, marketing. So there really, I don't think hasn't been a point of someone's coaching or their real estate career that I haven't been able to coach them through. I even worked with director of operations and help them with their systems. So that was something that was really, really, really important to me when creating all of this, is being able to show you guys exactly what I've been up to. Here we go. So of course, like why I choose real estate, I don't know. Some of you may be new, some of you may be in like a transitioning point in your career. Real estate, if you've noticed, it changes what seems to be every couple of years. I mean, we had the crash, so I sold real estate in the crash. Then the investors came, and then cash offers came, and all the, they bought up everything. And then there was a ton of rentals, and then we were kind of in a normal market. And then COVID, so everything is constantly changing, and it's really, it is difficult to keep up with this business. But I got into real estate on an infomercial, so it was cheap, it was fast, and there was a promise of good money. And that was how I got into real estate. And I think a lot of people wanted that flexibility. They wanted to help others, wanted to be their own boss and make an impact and really just enjoy business and not have to work that 9 to 5. I wanted to post some statistics because this is something, again, this is really close to my heart. The median gross income of realtors was $54,000 in 2022 and $45,000 in 2025. That's kind of what the trends are. The average income residential specialist sells 10 homes a year. And I'm one of those people, I'm not, hey, you have to sell 100 homes a year. If it is something you do on the side and that's enough to feed your family, then 10 is fantastic for you. If you are needing real estate to feed your family, pay bills, pay for sports, because that stuff is not cheap, and you want time away to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor, to work. Realtors with 16 years of experience, their income average was $85,000, and the cost of living, the cost of things are going up. And this one, 2 years or less experience, was a median income of $8,800. So this is not an easy business. It is simple. We've all taken courses. I've taken 1 million courses, invested a lot, and this business is not easy at all. It is hard to get business, maintain business. There's more real estate agents than there ever been before. The competition is higher. And, we've got almost, I guess, around 12,000 agents in just Northeast Florida alone. And that's not including the agents in other areas that want to, cross sale within the state. So there's a lot of competition. And I think understanding our value with all the changes as well is something that agents really have got to understand where their value is so that they are able to work with more buyers and sellers. The reality is most agents, there's little guidance. In Florida, you can get a real estate broker license and start a brokerage with 2 years experience and have never sold a home. And I do believe that overall teams have fantastic training that is better than most brokerages. And because it is specialized, it's based on systems and forcing you to do the things. Whereas many brokerages, they don't have that training. There's not someone with that guidance telling them, do this, do this, do this, do this. They offer classes. And so I've noticed that to really get proficient in real estate takes about 3 to 5 years to really understand what buyers want, what sellers want, how you like, what kind of realtor you want to be. And as a team owner, I've always said my goal was to take a 3 to 5 year experience and give it to an agent in one. I want them to just be flooded with information so that that proficiency gets faster, which means they sell more homes. They're able to have an income and sustain and not have that high failure rate in the first year that so many agents experience. It is challenging. Success in this business requires skill, adaptation, and a whole lot of persistence and, woo-saw at night. I find a lot of agents don't know what to say. Again, coaching agents, a lot of brand new agents specifically, and agents growing their business, there are these little tiny nuances in real estate that I hear agents like, oh, buyers are ghosting me, or I didn't hear back. And there's just little things that maybe no one is being truthful with us about what we're saying, what we're not saying, when to follow up, how often to follow up. There's, not an overall focus or a plan. And some of these truths that I think having someone with you, coaching that's been there and done that is just very helpful. A lot of agents are kind of on an island. They're either trying to do it alone or they truly are alone because everyone has great intentions. Hey, if you need anything, let me know. However, they're busy. They're, something comes up. They're having their own business to take care of. It's not always there. The support isn't always there. Yeah. So with all of that, the agents, we have a lack of leads, lack of appointments, referrals, marketing, social growth, understanding our value. There's a lack of training and support in our industry, a lack of systems and true teaching and mentorship, and educating the agents and follow-up and skills. So who you surround yourself with matters. Again, this is why I've created this course, and I'm going to go into really what the meat of the course is and what you get with the course. This is the first of many. This is our Convert Every Buyer course. So in this, there are 12 videos. So there's 12 lessons. It's self-paced. We're going over the mindset. So we're really getting granular with agents. There is no shortage of courses that are going to teach you how to take 10 listings this month, how to get 5 buyers today, how to get 100, how to sell 100 homes in a year. And I found that that's not what most agents need or want. It's great. It's a nice goal, but we got to get to 1 home a month. We've got to get to how do I take all the leads that I have and create business out of it first. And I think that's a huge gap in our training and in our industry. That does start with our mindset, understanding ours, the mindset of the buyers, understanding what your unique value proposition is. I think a lot of agents don't know truly what their value is. If you really put it to the test and asked us all truthfully, what's your value? Why should I use you? Why should I pay you? That many agents could not answer that with clarity. So we go through that in the course. We go through helping you understand where lead sources are, where to find them, places to sign up. Converting conversations. So what do you say? How do you dig deep? How do you ask questions? How do you connect with your buyers? We're not connecting. So that's what starts to build rapport with buyers. And that is where you're going to hook a lot of your buyers. Having a full buyer consult. I recorded myself giving a buyer consult, and there's little tips and tricks and nuggets and the things that I teach our agents. Questions that we ask, the entire process is on video. There's, definitely you can find some on YouTube, but this is what we have done and the questions that we ask our buyers that are able to help us get those commitments signed. There's also there's a ton of editable freebies that we're giving away, things that we use. the strategies we use on showing homes, and how to show less homes that are higher quality. And as you transition to a buyer's market, you're going to show more homes. So being able to increase your skill level to show less homes is really important. We go over negotiation hacks, how to present offers. Just these are the little things that I think many agents maybe overlook and don't think matter, but it matters in a lot of markets. In COVID market, we were able to get more buyers under contract because of our systems and our processes of how we showed and presented offers. It is a real skill. So we go over those. Contract to close, how to be efficient in your business. Systems to use, not just CRMs, but communication systems, action plans, and templates. So those are the things that help keep you on track, on pace. Email templates, text templates. So we offer those as a freebie on our site, but you get those as you purchase the course. All this stuff is included. The benefits of client events. So our ability to get repeat and referral business. We go over all of that and how to set up your repeat and referrals and your systems for communication. You guys may have heard about, oh, stay in touch with your past clients, call them 4 times a year, do all this stuff. Like, we actually had a touch your database 100 times in a year. We have an entire plan of how to communicate with your database 100 times in a year, and it not feel like, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot. The reality is the majority of our communication is getting buried. We're being buried by other realtors. We're, in the inbox, we're getting buried by Amazon. We're getting buried by coupons. We're getting buried. So the truth is our communication isn't even enough to really make an impact. And, one thing that I teach as a big awareness on our team is whenever you're working with a buyer and they move into a neighborhood, remember, they are moving into a neighborhood full of other real estate professionals. In some neighborhoods, it could be every 20 homes. You might have somebody with a real estate license living in that neighborhood, all looking to build new relationships with them, wanting to get to know them, wanting to talk in the Facebook groups. So it's even harder for us when you're working with someone to build that relationship and maintain it even after the sale. So we go over a lot of tips on that. And again, this course isn't just how to sell more homes. Nobody needs another course of how to sell more homes, but we do need a course on this gap of understanding our buyers, how to communicate, how to connect, how to negotiate, how to win more offers, how do we get repeats and referrals, and how do we stay in touch with them through communication and connection after the sale. And so I wanted to create something that was truly beginning to end for all the agents. That's something that isn't just for my team, it is for everyone, because I've seen it work over years and years and years. I mean, at 15 years now running a team, I've seen their systems work, and I know that there are a ton of agents that really need this for their business, for their families, and we've put a lot of work into this. So again, it is self-paced. You get the 12 videos. You go. Other bonuses, again, there's also a private mastermind. So there's a 72-page workbook that's included. So if you're someone who likes to print things out, you can print it out. If you are someone that likes to do it digital and follow along, you have that also. There's a list of lead sources, CRMs, websites, there's discounts, the real video consult that I talked about, the editable buyer guides, templates for solo and teams. A lot of teams have their own, but if you're in the process of starting a team and you want to grow and you want some options, we offer that. The text and email templates, again, for your CRMs, just knowing what to say, having little things to make your business efficient. There's only so many hours in the day and so many minutes. So if you're constantly manually typing out emails and templates all the time and text messages, that's more of your time. So I teach a lot about becoming more efficient in your business. Sample action plans. You actually get a list of client appreciation ideas, things that we have done that are directly helping us to get referrals every single year. And we have a private mastermind group. So when you purchase the Convert Every Buyer course, we have a private group. There's a Facebook group. I go live once a month in there, and that is anything and everything about this course or our future courses. that if you are needing help with, have questions, this is for us to mastermind all about you guys and all about your business when it comes to the buyers or the future courses that we have. So we have what's next. This one is the first of many. So you guys are on here, get to see what's next. Things that we will be launching: a new construction course that's going to be a mini course on how to work with more new construction buyers and show your value and be able to answer the question of why should I use a real estate agent? I will just go to the site agent. Again, so much of this is understanding your value. Sell Your Sale listings is something that is a true passion project. We've got a lot of sale listings sitting, ourselves included. And so we actually did a test with one of our sellers of, hey, let's do this. And we were able to take that system. The seller was on board and we did this relaunch of Sell Your Sale listings with them and it sold. So I'm excited to bring that to everybody. We're going to have e-guides and webinars just for team tools for admin and teams. So this would be anything around systems, efficiency, communication, everything to help make your business run smoother, which we definitely all need. We're going to have a ton of digital downloads and e-guides and agent coaching. So we are right after this, like starting October, we are going to have a monthly coaching. It is keeping it very affordable. It's group coaching. Low pressure, it's $47 a month. So if you didn't want to purchase the course and you just need general advice, general coaching, hey, this would be for marketing, for your admin, for sellers, for buyers, for really anything that has to do with your business. We go live. I'll be going live twice a month in a separate Facebook group. You guys will have first access to all the tools and the new things that are coming up. But it's a good idea. We want to keep it affordable for all agents. I was paying $1,000 a month for a 30-minute call every single week. And it was mostly around, 30,000 level foot thinking of here's your big vision. And you need those things. But I also constantly found myself asking questions around the how. It was like, well, the how, I need the details. Like what are the steps that I need to take? Who's doing this? Like, it was just all these little things that actually help, like they prevented me from moving forward because again, that's where I saw a huge gap. That's why I created all this coaching course, is to help agents in that gap of their business of, I need a mentor, I need someone who's been there, just to bounce an idea off of, to ask a question about teams, about profit and loss, about marketing things, all these little things that matter. The listing, hey, take a look at my listing. What about this? I do this a lot in the brokerage, but offering this now to all agents, again, is something that I want to make available. So this is, if you guys want, this is the QR code. We'll have the link in the chat as well. Anything you purchase, if you purchase the Convert Every Buyer course, if you purchase one of our digital downloads or future courses, this is the link to actually purchase the course, but you automatically will get entered into our private Facebook coaching group. And then this is the $47 a month. You do not have to purchase a course. This is a straight monthly mentorship that we're going to start in October. That is twice a month, live, all questions. Nothing is off the table in this group. It's not, restricted to buyers. It is actually going to be buyers, sellers, everything, new construction, anything about your real estate business. So I know I talk fast and that is a lot of information to pack in there. So I do want to open it up. If you guys have any questions, I wanted to make sure I left enough time for you guys, if you have questions about the course, anything that's included, or what we're doing moving forward. I'll have this all in a replay. And so everyone that's in attendance, you'll get the replay if you want to go back and slow it down or hear me again. But the course it's not flashy, it's not salesy. It is literally me talking to you guys just like this. It's everything that I have taught our agents over the last 15 years. And this is I mean, this is truly a passion project. So if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to ask. And I can put this, if you guys want, I can put that back up there, the QR codes. Here we go. It is open to anything. Just want to thank you guys for coming on. Yeah. Lauren, you have anything? When you have anything you'd like to share?
Not much. I'm just very excited to see everyone that is going to start this journey with us. We've been working on it for quite a while, so I'm very excited to see, whether you're a new agent, an experienced agent, I think this course is beneficial for pretty much everyone. And I know real estate can be extremely intimidating, so this course kind of really helps you walk everything through it. I'm not even an agent. I work on the admin team, and working on this course, I feel like I could be an agent now and sell you a house. So yeah, just let us know if you guys have any questions.
Yeah,
They're
and
more than happy to
the
help.
subscription, like Lauren and Hannah's our marketing director. So, you get access to that if you guys have marketing questions, things that you do, communications that we actually do with our sellers and our buyers, how we're getting price reductions. Like there's that coaching group, the subscription is really anything about your business, and not subject to this. And I'll leave you guys with just a tip on one thing. I'll probably post this reel in a little bit. But when working with buyers right now, I'm going to just go ahead. I think everyone's got this. We'll send this stuff out. If you are working with buyers and you're struggling with showing them, so many homes, right? You've got a lot of buyers. There's new homes coming on the market every day. That is just a product of transitioning into a buyer market. They have real FOMO. They think they're going to be missing out on the next home. There's something else. So I always say, like, one, we say have a kind of a reset meeting with your buyers. But two, when your buyers are texting you, hey, I want to see this, I want to see this, I want to see that. One of the things that we coach our agents on is how to be more efficient with buyers that just want to say, here, show me this, show me this, show me this. The key is in what you do after that. So take the time to look at the photos. Buyers do not look at details. They do not look at details. So if we want to be treated like professionals, we want to act like professionals. So if a buyer sends us a property and it's completely random, they probably saw it on a Facebook Marketplace or driving around and they said, hey, I want to see this. Our job is then to go and look at that listing, see if it fits their criteria, look at all the photos. If you take the time to look at all the photos with a keen eye, you read the descriptions, you look at the seller's disclosure, there's a good chance you are going to see something in that listing that does not match up with the criteria that they told you that they wanted. But they're just getting excited or they're getting desperate. Either one is really not good. If it's not in line with what they said that you wanted. For instance, a lot of times we'll have buyers send us a property and they're just going to
My
click through a few
stomach
photos.
and back was like,
They've gone through and Jimmy, Dylan, if you do have a question, you can unmute yourself. But so many times they want to go see things that aren't even a good fit. And we'll go through the photos. They'll say, hey, I want to go see this. But then we'll go through the photos and we'll see that it backs up to a house because, it's hidden at like the very end of 47 photos. And so we'll call up our buyer and we will ask them, hey, I got the photo, I got this listing. I went ahead and I looked up everything. This home actually backs up to another home. That's one of the things you said you did not want in a home. Is that still true? Right. And a lot of times they'll say, oh, no, I didn't know that. Because they didn't look. But again, so you're saving yourself time. You are showing them that you understand what they're looking for. And you're not just popping up and scheduling it and just causing, yourself panic and frustration during that day. So that's a little tip that that we teach our agents, like take that time to go through and see if it's something that is working for them, that it is in alignment with what they said they wanted in their questionnaire whenever you were interviewing them. And that will help you show less homes, I promise. Nope. So for the monthly subscription, there's no contracts at all. It is come and go as you please. If you come in for a few months, you leave, you can come back for a few months. I really wanted it to be something that agents could come in and coach when they needed it, as they needed it. Unlike a lot of programs that require a 6-month or a year-long contract and lock you in. Real estate business, it's up, it's down. Sometimes we need to hear things at certain points in our business. We don't always need to be coached, you know, through all things, but it is changing. So I think having a good sounding board, someone that's been there and done something that you'd like to do is a good option. And I'm really excited about those live calls, because you really get to interact, not just over the phone. Like we're all going to be talking, and then anyone that wants to put questions ahead of time, we can get those answered on the live calls and just run discussions around those. If you've got real life scenarios and situations, we can go through those. I think some of those things, one of the best parts that I've seen about our team is that collaboration piece. It's the fact that an agent can, you know, ask somebody else, I have this problem, I have this deal. And, you know, that's a big part. Even if you get homes under contract, keeping them together is hard. And it's like, hey, if you don't have experience, I have this, we're negotiating. What's a way we can keep this together? What's another way? What's an option? Just that whole mastermind. So if you don't have like a good mastermind group in your office or with other agents to collaborate that have that kind of experience, that knows how to help you through transactions, that's even a really great resource for the subscription as well. So everything, there's nothing off the table in that group. Well, I think that is it. I don't see any other questions. If you guys want to, feel free to message me. You can follow me on Instagram. If you want to private message me or text me, you definitely can. I'm open. I'll put my phone number here in the chat as well if anybody wants to text and ask questions. And then on Instagram, it's just CC Underwood 904. You can message me there too if you want. We'll be posting a lot. I can't wait. We're officially going live with the course today, and you guys are great for being on this. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Susie.